I'm not even gonna lie, man. This is probably like the 69th to the 420th time that I've tried to record this guide for you guys. Let's hope that this is actually the one. Because if it's not, then I'm probably not going to do it ever. Okay, so getting started with Ermac, I just want to say right off the bat that this guide will show you how to play him at a competitive level. It'll basically be the building blocks to becoming the best Ermac player that you can be. This is all from my experience as well. I've had a lot of success with this character in tournaments, and even just playing, like even if you're just a Combat League player and you want a lot of success in Combat League with Ermac, this will be the guide to show you how to play him at his best. I just want to say as well though that you're not going to come out of this tutorial and just know how to play him like a pro player straight away. He is a character that takes a lot of execution, a lot of skill, a lot of thinking, and a lot of time as well. Like, you are not picking this character in 10 minutes and getting Elder God straight away. You have to dedicate yourself to this character for like 2, 3, even 4 weeks straight, depending on how much that you play this game. So don't come at me and being like, Clockwork, I watched your guide and I didn't get Elder God with 2 hours left of the season. Yeah, that's not going to happen, bud. This is a really difficult character to play. I'm going to break down this guide into 3 sections. Step number 1. I'm going to be going over his best buttons, his best strings, and some of his best special moves as well. Number 2 is going to be going over his general game plan, where he plays best on the screen and where to try to avoid playing him on the screen, and also going over the cancels as well and how often you should be using them. The answer is all the time. And part number 3 will also be the combos. I'll do one section where it's just Ermac by himself with no cameo, and there'll be another section where it's Ermac and Janet Cage. Also, this is a guide on how to play Ermac Janet. I'm not going to say any other cameos are going to be making an appearance in today's video, but if you really want another fast guide on how to play a certain cameo with Ermac, if there's an overwhelming response, please just let me know in the comments and I will get around to it one day. Probably take another 2 months like this one has. Alright, without further ado, let's get into this straight away. Alright, so going over his best buttons. Stand 1, 7 frames. It's really fast, leads into 1, 2, 3, which is the best auto shimmy string in the game. Also leads into 1, 2, 3 grab, which you can extend with Janet, but it does 19% by itself. Stand 2 is another very good button. It is a 17 frame high that hits from like right about here, probably a bit longer. Yep, like right here. This button is ridiculous and gives you like a million years to cancel off of and go into combos afterwards. Even just by itself, it leads to 2-1-2, which is a full combo starter. So very good. I should also say that this only comes out on hit as well, right? 2-1-2 only comes out on hit. If I do it on block, it does not come out. You only get the 2 hits. So just keep that in mind when you're playing this character. Back 2 is another great button. This is a 14 frame mid. It has deceivingly good range on it. It is very good. Always recaptures them like when you hit them grounded in the same spot, which is really nice. And 2-4, you can actually just go straight into buttons from it. Just like that. So even if you don't manage to hit like a special move after the 2-4 bounce here, you can recognize that, okay, and then go into like another thing. His down 4 is really good, 11 frames, has like massive range. I think it might be one of the longest reaching down 4s in the game. Down 1, it's just your regular standard down 1. It's pretty good. But my favorite button with this character by far is this fucking overhead. This overhead destroys people, man. I'm telling you. Being able to be like get a combo from this off of any single like random hit that you get with it is fantastic. It stops people from ducking, and it really just it forces your opponent to be on defense, which is fantastic in this game. All right, his special moves: back foot 1, this cancel right here. One of the best tools that he actually has. With a lot of practice and muscle memory, you can do a lot better cancels than I can. You can hold it down, at least do a full combo. On hit like that, just puts him back full screen, like with no charge. Please try to not drop this on block though, because it is extremely punishable at -15. His teleport, it's just your standard run-of-the-mill teleport. You can do it from ground to air by holding up. You can do it from air to ground by holding down. You can enhance it, and it leads into a full combo, which is the highest damage route that you can actually get with Ermac. It's just your standard run-of-the-mill teleport. Again, like, you do not want to do this on block. It is -16. And you do not want to be doing something like this either. Because then you have 30 frames of recovery, and it is, yeah. You just don't want to be doing that. Okay, back forward 2. This is his armored attack when it is enhanced, but just standard. It's a 15 frame move that is a high as well, so they can duck it. It's got really good range on it, as you can see. It's like it's got more range than stand 2, but when it is enhanced, it is his armored move. Not the greatest armored move in the game, but it's there just as a reversal option if you need to use it. Okay, his float. This float is it's good for 2 things. It's good for combo extensions, and when it is enhanced like this, it is really good for block pressure because it keeps all of your stuff gapless, which means that they can't armor out of. Another one that he has in the air is his down back 3. Now this is his only projectile. It is not the best projectile in the game. As you can see, it literally only travels across the ground. If your opponent is a millimeter off the ground, this will not hit them. But the good thing about it is that when you enhance it, like this, it leads to like a full combo recapture. So sometimes you can fake people out by going like this. Back forward 3 is his main combo starter. It is meterless, and it just launches them up for a full combo on most of his buttons. Like stand 2 works. Do it. Stand 2, 1, 2 works. Stand 4 doesn't work, unfortunately. Stand 3 doesn't work, unfortunately. Back 2 4 works as a launcher like that. Forward 2 works. Only when right up close though. It doesn't like work from max distance. Wait, what? That does work from max range. You can do forward. Okay, there it is. From max range, it actually works. Yeah, it is great for those meterless conversions that lead into some of his biggest damage in the game. As you know, by now, you can dash cancel it on hit. I see a lot of people asking me, like, how do you get the jump afterwards? Like, how do you do the dash jump? It is essentially, like, that is it. Like, you just do dash and jump. And then just press the button straight away in the air. It just takes a lot of used to, a lot of time to get used to. Sometimes you will do it too low like that, and you will whiff that attack there. Yeah, sometimes like you will just whiff completely, just like that. It's just practice makes perfect. Obviously, like I've been practicing this shit for what, like 3 months now. I still don't get it perfect every time. But yeah, practice makes perfect with that, and that is like one of the main tools that you will want to be using with Ermac is that back forward 3 on hit. So getting into his game plan with Ermac is that you want to be standing about this range from where his stand 2 hits and a bit closer, because you want to be abusing every single button that he has into the cancel and into blocking, right? He is the only character that can keep himself completely safe on almost everything just by using this cancel. And he can be completely safe from everything in the game if he enhances that cancel as well. So he is a character that wants to be in your face. He is very unique in this game because he can just cancel any button into everything and it all combos into itself apart from pokes. So yeah, just going over it quickly, I think that is essentially like, you know, how you should be playing Ermac. With the cancels, I've seen a lot of people ask me like, how do you do cancels fast? I can't do cancels fast. I can only really do them like on this side of the screen going backwards, but even then, like, you know, see, I'm not the greatest. I keep rocking them from time to time. I'm a bit rusty, but like that is not my excuse here. I am just honestly so bad at them. Whenever I jump into practice and I do cancels, I just do it like this, like, you know, just try and learn the ranges of your attacks. You know, do it like me sometimes and just even screw them up a little bit. That's fine. Like, you know, just practice your cancel pressure on block. You don't want to be doing shit like, you know, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then go, ooh, gotta back off. Like, nah. Like, you want to be doing like right in their face. Like, so just stuff like that, man. So Ermac does have a few ways of opening people up. Obviously, he's got good whiff punishing buttons like stand 2 and back 2 has deceivingly good range. Do not sleep on back 2. But these are all buttons that people can generally block and have an easy time blocking as well. I mean, this one's a fucking 17 frame high and this one's just a 14 frame mid. If your opponent is blocking, you're not going to be able to open them up. But he has 3 ways of opening people up. 2 of them are very unique and one is like pretty universal at this point with like any character with any cameo, or with most cameos I should say. Ermac Janet probably gets one of the best throw combos in the game because it can loop into itself. And I'll show you what I mean now. So, I've got Li Mei to wake up with her armored move. If you do this, you can keep doing this over and over again. Like, you can just throw combo into safe jump, armor break, into confirms, into huge damage. That is where this team really does shine. So that is one way of opening your opponent up, is by going into throw combos and then forcing them to like armor, or just be able to force more pressure. Another one is the overhead, and this is where the cancels come into shine. So forward 2 by itself, it's just a hard knockdown, right? You can't get anything from it. But with forward 2 into cancel, with enough time and practice, you can convert every single touch into a full combo punish. Or a full combo, not even a punish. So this is really amazing because it forces your opponent to stand up, which if they're standing, then they can't, you know, they can't duck throws. They have to try and break the throw, right? So if your opponent is blocking every single overhead and, you know, teching every single throw, then there is one more way that you can open them up with Ermac. And that third unique way that he has is an auto shimmy, which applies to some characters, but to Ermac the most. So an auto shimmy is essentially a string, usually a jab string, that looks like a throw, which throws off the tech timing that people like to do when they try to break the throws. So a lot of people, especially against Ermac, try get opened up by trying to tech it, because it kind of like looks like a throw, right? Like, I know that it doesn't look like Ermac's throw, but in the heat of, you know, a fight, you will try to tech that at some point. So there's that. If they get shimmy trying to tech, bam, and into another safe jump, into 1-2 cancel over and over again. And there's also the 1-2 into the float like that. That is the best way to open them up with Ermac, I think. That is, yeah, it works against everyone at one point or another. So yeah, that's essentially the third way to open people up with Ermac, is by using that auto shimmy. It's a very good way because it works so well with his overhead that keeps people standing. It works really well with his throw if people are standing and trying to tech that throw. And then of course, with the final layer with the auto shimmy, people will try to tech, or they will just get hit. Yeah, like that, yeah. Trying to break the throw, and just like that, over and over again. Rinse and repeat. Alright, so getting into the best part of the video, and my favorite part is the combos. This team is one of the swaggiest teams that you will ever see in any Mortal Kombat game, even MKX, I don't care. Like I said, we're going to be doing 2 sections to this. The first part is going to be with just Ermac, so no Janet Cage at all, and then the second part is going to be using Janet extensions to try and get as much damage as possible. That's a simple one right there. I think this is like 32%? Yeah, 33%. Oh. Rude? Of course, if you want to get a bit more damage, you can just go into something like this. It's not much more damage, but it'd be good to close out a game if you don't have Janet. That's just a nice, easy combo. Forward 2 is a tricky one, but once you have those cancels down, I assure you that this will flow so well. And that's from an overhead as well, going straight into 29%. Very, very good. Honestly, like, that's probably the best that you're gonna get with stand 2, if you just do the full 2-1-2. With, if you decide to cancel it, you can get more. Like, that's a better combo, you know, better knockdown as well, but it just doesn't give you that nice OS that I showed you guys. Alright, and getting towards the corner, this is where the damage really starts to set in with this team. These combos are long, so be prepared to rewind this part a million times to try and learn by yourself. There we go, nice easy 37%. Well, not easy, that is pretty hard to do, but good little 37% there. Yeah, same here, it's pretty much the same combo route. It gives you a bit more damage in the corner, but not that much. Yeah, nice 32% from an overhead as well, very good. And nice little 33% from the stand 2 as well. Let's get into these Janet combos. These are some of my favorite combos in the game, so I hope you'll enjoy these ones. Okay, getting to the meter spin now. This one is pretty tight. You have to be pretty good with the Janet. But yeah, 43% for 1 bar. That's like, what, an extra 6-7%, I believe? There we go, nice easy 32% there from an overhead mid-screen. This one is probably where it changes a lot, the back to floor. Because that gives you 36% there instead of what, like 30%, so you get a fair amount more damage from that. You can't get the headbutt ender, the 2-4-3 in the air, so if you want to keep the same side, I do recommend doing this instead. 2-4 and then doing like the down back 3 in the air because that always hits them. Same with this. You can only really get the side swap from it, but if you do want to keep the same side, you just do that instead. Alright, so getting into the corner combos with this team, this is where the damage really does start to skyrocket, and most of this is meterless as well. I have Lee May set to wake up with her armored attack. I'm going to be doing a combo. This is really, like, this is sort of similar to the one that I did before meterlessly. I just will be extending with Janet instead and ending in a safe jump armor breaking setup, so then it forces them to kind of hold what you're going to be doing next. And that's where, like, Ermac really starts to shine, so let's get into it. And of course, I drop it first time. And this combo loops into itself over and over again if they keep hovering. See? Over and over again, and I dropped it, there you go. But like, you see the strength now? I'm gonna keep the armor on for Lee May for about the rest of these combos in the corner, just so I can show you that you can get the safe jump off of any single touch in the corner. Because like, you're always ending it in this, right? 1, 2, 3, and it just all loops into that first combo. It all just loops into that first combo, man. Yeah, I dropped it there, but you get it now. You get it now, right? And again, leads into the same combo, my friend. I just love it so much. Like, this is actually so much fun. And I dropped it again. Oh my god, I am horrible. Why am I doing an Ermac fucking tutorial, brother? And rinse and repeat. And finally, biggest combo that you can do. Spending all your resources but no Janet. And I'm not going to match Fatal Blow here either. Let's see how much damage it does. I just realised I haven't logged on still. 56%. So I've just recorded the combo stuff, and I really think I just forgot to mention that this team gets throw combos and armor combos, right? But they aren't too flashy, but they do all end in a safe jump armor breaking setup, and I'll show you guys how to do it now. It's pretty simple, right? So what you're going to want to be doing is you're going to want to be doing the triple punch to the jump, and then you get like a safe jump setup into the armor break, and you also get this from the throw as well. Do the throw. This works on anyone that has, I think it's 12 frames and under. This works, so it doesn't work against Omni-Man, it doesn't work against Shao, Johnny Cage, and it doesn't work for Ashra as well. And anyone else with like a 12 frame armor, I can't remember the top of my head. Alright, and I think that might be it for the Ermac guide. I'm really sorry that this took so long. Obviously, I wanted to do this like much earlier. I really hope that this did help you guys out and Please don't flame me in the comments saying that even after a day you're not a better Ermac player. This does take a lot of time. It took me 2 or 3 weeks to even like really get good with the character, but you know, since picking up the character from when he released, I actually have won a tournament with him. Look at my trophy. I won it with Ermac all the way up until Katana in Grand Finals, so this team is really good. It's really strong. Like, please believe me. This team can work. I really hope that this guide helps you out, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, guys.